Hey there, City, welcome back to the channel. It's a girl over more, and I'm back with another reaction video. Today, guys, I'm going to be reacting to mouthwash. If you haven't seen any of my reactions to these videos, hit the link above. I have a whole playlist on mouthwash, and is this really all it took to fix the squatter problem? Alright, guys, super curious to get into this one, but before we get started, we have some amazing people watching us for the first time. If you are new to the channel, hello, I'm Vera. I do reaction videos. If it's something that you love, why not join Vera's TT? Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And that's, guys, let's get started.
From NBC Miami, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a bill that will allow squatters in the state to be immediately evicted. DeSantis signed the bill HB 621 during a news conference Wednesday in Orlando, promising that Florida is ending the squatter scam. Before the bill, squatters were considered to be tenants, and a process was required to evict them, but now this bill strips squatters of those rights. Lawmakers overwhelmingly passed the bill, which allows law enforcement to immediately remove squatters who don't have a lease authorized by the owner of the property. And here is Governor DeSantis talking about this bill.
But all the more reason why what we did last week to make sure we're not going to allow these squatters to commandeer private property is really important, because you do have people that will live here 7-8 months of the year. Maybe they go to Maine or New York, or even we got a lot of Canucks that come down here and own property. So you're gone for the whole summer. And again, this isn't most Floridians, but we probably have more in our state that do that than just about any other state. You go and then you come back 4 months later and someone sets up shop in your house, and then they're asserting rights against you. And then in some of these states, the property owner is the one that actually gets arrested when there's a confrontation. That's absurd. You don't have a right to squat in somebody's property. And so if you try to squat in the state of Florida, the homeowner has a very quick remedy. You call the sheriff, and you guys will have a sheriff soon here in this county. You call the sheriff, they send people, and they evict the squatters from your residence. That's the way it should be. That's how private property rights work.
The thing I love about this, and so much of what DeSantis does, is first of all, he proves that the solutions, in fact, to most of these problems are very simple. So there's so many problems we have in society.
That's actually trespassing. Like, you leave your home for a few weeks or days and you come back and you see squatters there. That's trespassing, right? Let's go.
That we're told, you know, those in charge, the powers that be, the elites will tell us that, well, there's no simple solution. You know, we're kind of stuck with this. There's nothing we can really do about it. Yeah, you might think you might think there's a solution, but there really isn't. And there are so many other, whatever you try to do, there's so many side effects of that we're stuck with this. We can't do anything about it. And then when you have an effective leader like DeSantis come along, he proves that, oh no, it's actually a simple solution. It's easy to prove that someone is squatting in your residence and they don't belong there. Very easy to prove. And if you can prove it, then you just have them kicked out. That's it. You have law enforcement come. They got to break down the door. And then, you know, really the squatter should have to pay for it, whatever damage is done. And then you just drag them out. That's it. Like, we don't need to sit around talking about, well, what do we do? There's someone in this house and they want to be in the house, but they don't belong there. What do we do about that? I don't know what to do. You drag them out and you bring them to jail. That's the solution. It's so simple. And any claim that it's not as simple as that is belied by someone like DeSantis, who says, okay, this is what we're going to do. There you go. No more.
Yeah, I love that. You drag them out and you bring them to jail, because your house is your property. So anybody that is squatting there is trespassing. You drag them out. I love that one.
More squatting, not a problem anymore. Does it make sense that the same company that controls half of online retail also passively eavesdrops on your private conversations at home? It's time to put a layer of protection between your online activity and these tech juggernauts, and that's why I use ExpressVPN. Think about how much of your life is on the internet already. Sadly, every site you visit, emails you send and receive, videos you watch, or messages you send to get tracked and data mined. But when you run ExpressVPN on your device, the software hides your IP address so that big tech can't use it to identify you personally. ExpressVPN makes your activity harder to trace and sell to advertisers. ExpressVPN also encrypts 100% of your internet data to keep you safe from hackers and eavesdroppers on your network. What I like most about ExpressVPN is how easy it is to use. All you got to do is download the app on your phone or computer, tap one button, and you're protected. It's that simple. Stop handing over your personal data to the big tech monopoly that mines your activity and sells your information. Protect yourself with the VPN I trust to keep me safe online. Visit expressvpn.com/Walsh. That's expressvpn.com/Walsh to get 3 extra months free. Go to expressvpn.com/Walsh right now to learn more. And that's the great thing about Ron DeSantis and why we need many more Republican leaders like him, where there's a problem. This is the way. It shouldn't be shocking to have a Republican governor that does this. That a Republican governor that sees there's a problem and says, okay, well, we'll solve that. We'll pass a law, and like laws do matter. You can actually fix a lot of problems with a law. Okay, you can't fix every problem with a law, and you can't fix any problem absolutely perfectly. But it could go a long way. Imagine that, having laws and then enforcing those laws with the people that you pay to enforce laws, law enforcement. Wow, it's like it really works. Which is more evidence that decline is a choice, and that the kind of lawless anarchy that you see in many places of the country is a choice. It doesn't have to be that way. And so at least Ron DeSantis identifies the problem and solves it. But that is just not something that enough conservatives value. I think that normal people, whether they identify as conservatives or not, who are just like living their lives, they value it, of course. They value a leader who sees problems and tries to fix it and is always working to like make your life, but they want to make your life better. Okay, our political leaders, it's not their, they're not the primary ones in charge of making your life better. You have to take charge of that yourself, but that should be their overarching goal. And I think normal people appreciate that. But in particular, I guess I would say the kind of commentariat, the conservative commentariat, the pundits and so on, don't value it enough, are not nearly as impressed as they should be by conservative leaders who actually accomplish things. And why is that? I think one of it is that it's not as interesting. The solution to the problem is not as interesting as the problem. There's not as much to talk about. And I think for a lot of conservatives, they honest to God, they'd rather have the problem to complain about than the solution. And that alone explains some of the negative reception or the kind of lukewarm or indifferent reception that DeSantis has received. Hey, YouTube, thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like access to my full show with no ads, you should go to dailywire.com and use promo code Walsh to get 2 months.
I can't believe squatters even have rights. Like, squatters' rights literally makes no sense. I remember somebody I said, drag them out and take them to court. Yes, you have every right to do that because it is your premises. It's your property. You paid for it. So that should be considered as trespassing. When someone you don't know, unwanted, is on your premises, squatting, then do the needful. Yes, and it should be called breaking and entering because you just entered. Honestly, we need a law to prevent people from just claiming your property as theirs. It's crazy. And it reminds me of, a man my dad allowed into our house, into our home. We don't know him before, but, because he was stranded, told us his story, which at the end of the day, we found out it was a lie. So, my dad is this very nice person. He doesn't know this man from anywhere. The man claims to be a man of God, a pastor. And he said he was framed, he was duped, blah, blah, blah. They stole his money. So he's homeless. He doesn't have anywhere to go and stuff. And so my dad gave him a whole apartment to stay. Okay, as if that wasn't enough. This man, unknown to us, this man little by little was trying to collect my dad's property from him. And this man was actually a liar and a fake pastor. At the end of the day, the truth came out. And this was what happened. He was also a humanizer, and he told me he wanted to pray for me. He saw some visions about me, that I should come to his apartment in the night. And so I told my mom, this is what is going on. My dad trusts him 100%, but I don't really trust him. But you know, before my dad can trust somebody, he always makes his findings. So because my dad trusted him, so I also like, okay, let's see what this man is up to. So he told me to come over to his apartment, and I went there. While I was there, he said he wanted to pray for me, started doing some stuff, and told me to take off my clothes. All right. He told me to pay some money, which I paid. That was really crazy. So I paid the money. After paying the money, then he told me to take off my clothes, that I wanted to do some prayers, that we had to sleep together. That was when my brain told me that this man is a fake pastor. No man of God will tell you to sleep with them because they want to pray for you. That is insane. From there, my brain opened and I ran out. I went to meet my parents and I told them, look at what this man is telling me to do. My dad was really furious and he got out. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the man was like, hey. The man was still like, don't tell me rubbish, blah, 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 blah. Then the next thing the man said, my dad was owing him 2 million naira, that he had some shares in our house. How is that possible? You're a squatter. He's literally a squatter though, because this is not your home. We don't know you. We just helped you. And now he said he's the owner of the house. He's going to take child, blah, blah, blah. We had to call the police. In fact, it was chaotic. Till today, I never got my money back. He didn't give me my money back. And I'm just grateful that at least he's out of our house, because he's a false prophet and he has been doing this for a very long time. That was why he ran away from where he was staying before and he came over to a new area, lied, and he should have, he could have actually stayed in our house for as long as he wanted to, if he could keep himself together. But no, everything that works in skirts, you want to sleep with them. Do you think every girl is dumb, or do you think every girl is stupid? Somebody is helping you and you want to sleep with the person's daughter? Come on, come on. And he's trying to even take over the house. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Found out that everything he said was a lie. In fact, someone even knew him. He dupes people. After duping them, he will run away. You go to another place, dupe them, run away. And that's how he has been living his life. Oh my goodness, that is so crazy. What do you guys think about this video? Drop your comment down below. If you have any experience with squatters, I would love to hear your story in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a huge thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, join Veracity. Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And that's, guys, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.